Hi everyone, it's Holly and I'm back. It's been a long time. I'm sorry. I have moved though, which is super exciting, but a lot of things have gone missing. I have my tripod, but I don't have like the thing that hooks my camera to my tripod. I remember taking it off, I'm pretty sure here at the new apartment, but maybe not. Maybe it was the old apartment. I actually can't find any of my memory cards either. So I still have some boxes to unbox, so hopefully I will find all of that stuff. So right now I just have you like propped up on one of my bookshelves, so I think all you can see is my face. I'm about to do 4 wrap-ups, so April, May, June, and July. They will all be separate videos, and I'm not going to show any of the books because I just don't really want to put them back together, I'm going to be honest. But hopefully the lighting will be better at this apartment. I'm not sure if I'm going to film out here in my living room or if I'm going to film in my bedroom. I think my bedroom actually has better lighting, but my living room has books, so I don't know. But let's get started. So this is going to be my April wrap-up, and I read 9 books in the month of April, and in general it was a pretty good month quality-wise for me, and even quantity-wise really. April was when I was feeling like I was getting back into like a reading frame of mind, and then that dropped away again. So first I read Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder, which I actually got this from the library and I loved it. I think it is one of the best books I've ever read. I still to this day, it's July 31st right now, want to reread it, and I think I'm going to. I also read Magic Study, which is the second book in the series this month, and I gave both of them 5 stars. I thought they were both amazing. I think I like Poison Study just a little bit more. I know a lot of people feel that the first books in series tend to be like the weaker books, and I can understand where they're coming from with that, but for me, a lot of times I have like sentimental attachments to them, and so I think that's why I tend to like them a little bit more. But I have not read the last one, Fire Study, which is actually not the last one. She wrote more. So I actually ended up buying all of these, and I had to buy one from eBay because I wanted matching covers, and I've just been putting off reading the last one. So I think I'm going to reread it just because I just want an excuse to reread Poison Study, and then read Fire Study. I read One Night for Love by Mary Balogh, and I gave this 4 stars, and I can't remember what this series is called, but I think it's like the first book. But I picked this up because this couple is referenced fairly often in The Proposal, which was my first Mary Balogh book, and I think I read that back in March. I really enjoyed this. I think I liked it more than The Proposal. It's really interesting to be reading about characters like from a different perspective, especially when you go back. So I did really enjoy it. I have not read any other Mary Balogh books. I kind of want to, and I kind of am indifferent about the whole situation. So if you think there are any in particular that I should pick up, please let me know. Then I read A Steel Town and City of Champions by, I'll put her name right here somewhere. And I gave A Steel Town 4 stars and City of Champions 3.5 stars. So technically City of Champions comes first, but A Steel Town is what interested me. I heard about it on the DBSA podcast. It's about a woman. This is a contemporary romance and with like a little bit of suspense, especially for this one. City of Champions has less suspense. But A Steel Town, it's about a woman, and she is in the FBI, and she has diabetes, and she doesn't like that people like treat her like she can't do anything because she has diabetes, and I'm definitely interested in stories like that. I did give it 4 stars, so I enjoyed it, but I was a little let down by it. I thought, especially the main character, I remember her being really whiny, and it's like, I understand that people treat you differently and they shouldn't, but she like doesn't always take care of herself, and you can't be mad at the people in your life for thinking you can't take care of yourself when you don't take care of yourself. But I did read the book that came before this, City of Champions. This is actually about the heroine from A Steel Town's brother, and he's a professional football player, and he has an injury and he ends up going to the heroine who's like an occupational surgeon. Is that the right phrase? I don't know, whatever, or orthopedic surgeon, maybe. There's like a little bit of tension, like that Haiti tension, which I do like. I just didn't think it was completely done well in here, and I thought there's some like ethical questions in the books, and I'm just not a fan of that. Pretty sure I've talked about it before. Then I finally read White Hot Kiss by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which is the first book in her Dark Elements series. I gave it 4.5 stars. I did really enjoy it. I love Jennifer L. Armentrout. The main reason I had been avoiding these is because I know that there's a love triangle in it, and I really don't like love triangles. I did really enjoy this first story. I really like Layla, the main character. It's also kind of a different story, sort of. So it talks about gargoyles a lot, and gargoyles are kind of like part angel almost, and they fight demons, and Layla is actually half gargoyle, half demon, but she's raised by gargoyles, so she doesn't like demons, but then she meets a demon, and she really likes him, or like he kind of opens her eyes, I guess. And so that's where like the love triangle comes in, and I really liked him. I liked the demon Roth, but Zane, the gargoyle, I found really annoying. Which actually I did pick up Stone Cold Kiss, which is the second book in the series, and like 150 pages in, I had to put it down because I could not deal with Zane's nonsense. I do plan on picking it up eventually, but part of me kind of wants to spoil the whole series for me and find out what happens, because otherwise I'm not sure I'm gonna be happy with, I don't know, love triangles can always turn around and you can be happy with it in the end, but I don't know. The other thing when I said this is kind of different is because it reminded me a lot of Wendy Higgins' Sweet Evil series and Supernatural. And now obviously when you're pulling things from the Bible, there are just stories that are going to exist, or like religious stories, and there's going to be overlap, but just know that some of the things are not completely original. Then I read Lingus by Mariana Zapata, I think. If I'm wrong, I will put her name in here too. I don't know, I think somebody was talking about this on Goodreads and it caught my eye, so I picked it up as an ebook. I gave it 4 stars, and it's kind of like a romantic comedy story. It's very funny. It's got some like slapstick humor. It reminded me a lot of Alice Clayton in that way. It's about a heroine who goes to like a porn convention. One of her best friends is in porn, and ends up meeting a guy who turns out to be in porn as well, and then they end up kind of forming a friendship, and then it turns into a romance and dealing with all of that. That's part of the reason I think it reminds me of Alice Clayton, is Wallbanger is really about a romance, or a friendship developing into a romance. I did really enjoy this story. I thought it was funny. I thought some of it was unbelievable, but I thought it was funny. But I just thought she didn't do enough with the porn aspects. Like, I felt like there were so many options for her to look at things a little different, and I don't know, it was just a little bit let down, I guess. But I did enjoy it. I would probably read more of her books. I'm just not sure what I would read next. So if you've read any of her books and have any recommendations, please let me know. Then I did read I did read Bittersweet Love by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which is the prequel novella to the White Hot Kiss Dark Elements trilogy. And I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was enjoyable. It's really just like kind of a throwaway little romancy novella. It's super fast, like the romance is super fast paced, but it was kind of nice to get more information about just gargoyles, since Layla is a little removed in White Hot Kiss and she's part demon too. They don't include her in everything, so you get a little bit more of a perspective, which I liked, but I didn't think it particularly added that much to the series. And then I read Walk the Edge by Katie McGarry, which I gave 4.5 stars, and this is the second book in her Thunder Road series, and this follows Brianna and Razor. So Razor is in the motorcycle gang and then art club, and then Brianna is like a super smart girl and in my opinion has OCD. And she feels like she doesn't fit in her family, and then Razor is dealing with a lot of issues. He is kind of questioning the motorcycle club he is a part of. I really enjoyed it. It reminded me a lot of Pushing the Limits by Katie McGarry, especially like the relationship and the interactions between the two main characters. And I really connected with Brianna. I think she and I have a lot in common. The way her brain works has a lot in common with mine, and that was very unique for me. I don't read a lot of characters like that, but I thought it was a really cute story. It definitely has some dark things in it, like most Katie McGarry, or all Katie McGarry, I guess, has some dark stuff in it. And it made me super excited for the next book. I have to wait like a whole year, oh my god, and it better be Chevy's story. So those are all of the books I read in April. I don't think that was like the most coherent of words ever, but I'm just getting back in the swing of things, and especially since it's been several months since I read these, I don't remember everything, obviously. Be patient, and hopefully I'll get back into the swing of things. So thank you so much for watching. Bye!